Well, French prosecutors are seeking the maximum 20-year prison sentence for Dominique Pelicot, the man who orchestrated the mass rape of his then wife by drugging her and recruiting dozens of men to sexually assault her.
The court is set to deliver verdicts and sentencing for Pelicot and 50 other men by December 20th. Russ Cullen tells us the case, which has sparked global outrage, could also lead to changes in French rape laws.
The rapist is you. The chant at a feminist demonstration in France, one of many held in recent months in support of all victims of sexual assault. The rallies are inspired by a woman at the centre of a trial that stunned France and the world. 51 men accused of raping one woman dozens of times for a decade, all while she was drugged by her husband. Gisèle Pelicot's court case in the southern city of Avignon could have been behind closed doors, but her legal team say she waived her anonymity to alert the public to drug-induced assaults. According to the National Agency for Medicine Safety, reports of substances being used to carry out sexual abuse have been increasing for the past 20 years. The suspected use of date rape drugs, as they're also known, has reached the upper corridors of power.
Je comprends alors que j'ai été droguée à mon insu. C'est ce qu'on appelle la soumission chimique.
That was Sandrine Josso, an MP for the Democratic Movement Party. In November 2023, she accused Senator Joël Guerriau of drugging her with the aim of sexually assaulting her. He denies the claim, but has been preliminarily charged with the offence while investigations are underway. The Prime Minister has asked Josso and a female senator to work on addressing sexual violence issues.
On va travailler sur des sujets importants, notamment le fait qu'on doit faire un petit peu plus de prévention pour faire aussi de la sensibilisation, repérer les victimes et aussi mieux les accompagner. Il est important qu'à la fin de notre rapport, on fasse des préconisations.
In France, the crime is rarely prosecuted. Only 15% of rape incidents reported to the police result in a sentence. A lack of confidence in the justice system, a culture of blaming victims in law enforcement, and sexist discrimination are all reasons given by women for underreporting rape and attempted rape. Activist Mathilde Caillard says this needs to change.
À chaque fois, on allait trouver juste des petits palliatifs très légers en disant aux femmes en fait, de se protéger, de protéger leur verre, de le donner à des proches, de ne pas laisser leur verre sans surveillance. Comme si, encore une fois, mais comme on va dire aux femmes, si tu veux pas te faire agresser, mais pas une mini-jupe. Mais en fait, non, c'est pas aux femmes de changer leur comportement et de se protéger, c'est aux hommes d'arrêter d'agresser les femmes.
For lawyer and activist Yelena Mondonguet, rape remains normalised within what she describes as the system of France's patriarchal culture, even though the number of convictions for the crime has been rising since 2017.
It's about power. It's about men wanting to dominate their victim. And yeah, so that's one of the things that it shows that it can happen to anyone, and especially any man can rape. So that's why we have to rethink our system about that.
In 2022, women accounted for 82% of victims in date rape cases across all types of assault. Nearly 2/3 of the recorded cases were for sexual violence.
According to data from the French Interior Ministry, men are responsible for 96% of sexual assault incidents. The demonstrations are part of a movement led by women, but for change to happen, men must act.
Antoine Goretti is a comedian and content creator. He says he grew up in a household with strong female figures and says responsibility falls on young men to call out sexual aggression when they see it.
Si on ne conscientise pas le problème, on ne peut jamais le régler. Donc il faut que tous les hommes prennent conscience que oui, tous les hommes qu'on voit là ont été ou seront des agresseurs. Et à partir de ce moment-là, ils pourront faire un travail sur eux-mêmes pour se dire ok, maintenant qu'est-ce que je fais pour améliorer les choses?
Calls are growing louder for France to change the legal definition of rape. It currently includes notions of violence, coercion, threat or surprise, but many argue that the law must also incorporate consent, a move that Justice Minister Didier Migaud has said he is in favour of. This week, the UN marks the annual International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. Despite the campaigning at marches like this, sexual assault remains an issue across the world.
On se réunit aujourd'hui devant les palais de justice dans toute la France. On est ici devant le tribunal de Paris pour exiger de la justice qu'elle fasse son travail et qu'elle punisse correctement les agresseurs, les personnes, les hommes accusés de violences sexuelles. Non seulement les 51 hommes qui sont accusés dans l'affaire Pelicot, mais aussi tous les agresseurs. On a besoin que l'impunité des agresseurs s'arrête.
There is hope that through the bravery of Gisèle Pelicot and the consequences of the trial, deeper changes in French society can take place. Ross Cullen, CNA, Paris.